Hi everyone. So it's been quite a while since I've been on YouTube. Quite a while, to be fair. I'm just making this video today to talk about my anxiety and where I'm at now with it. I posted a video probably about 5 years. 5 years. Oh God, it doesn't feel that long. And at that point, I've been suffering from anxiety for 5 years. But I sort of found a place where I wasn't suffering from anxiety anymore, and it subsided a lot. I'm just holding my phone. I ain't got no stands or anything to say. And that moment in my life, that point in my life, was fantastic. I never had any anxiety, and unfortunately, from there, I have deteriorated. And mid 2019 was extremely bad, and I'm still carrying it to this very day. I think June or July 2018, I'd stopped all my medication. I hadn't been on medication for years. And I hadn't been on no medication for years. And I was living relatively healthy. I just started a new diet which consisted of, no sugar, only little bits of sugar. I cut out vegetable fat, I only used coconut oil, and I was living quite healthy. I was eating lots of healthy stuff. And then slowly anxiety started to come quite strongly, and I was on my own at this point, with just me and the children. And it was quite hot, 2018. And then I think when I really noticed it, I was in the car, and I always have a convertible in summer because I just love to take the roof off. And I had my son in the back, and he'd only just turned 1. Was he even 1? No one even. Yeah, he just turned 1. And it was really, really, really warm outside. And I remember driving probably about 12 miles to pick my sister up because we was going to go swimming. And I had the sun visors in the back of the car to protect him. But I can remember I kept looking back at him, and I got really, really paranoid that he was going to overheat because of how hot it was. I'll just give you a bit of backstory to that. For me, I've always loved the summer, but in 2008, when I first had my massive panic attack, it was the middle of summer, and since then it went right down into my subconscious mind, and heat outside that I can't escape from is now wired into me, and causes me panic. I don't like it anymore. So that was triggering unconscious thoughts and feelings, just because of how hot it was. And then the one night I was just really, really bad. I ended up going to my dad's at 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to wake him up crying my eyes out, and my dad had to come and stay with me for about 2 weeks, and I started taking medication again. And it's really crazy because if anyone's ever suffered from severe anxiety and panic attacks, especially like me, I found out from my therapist last year that I've got OCD in my mind. So I'm not flicking on switches, but when a negative thoughts come to my mind, I go over and over and over and over, and I can't escape it. And that's what happened in 2018 when I had that really big panic attack. I just kept a panic over having a panic attack, which puts me into a panic attack. And it's so hard, especially when you know what's going on, you know it's not real. Makes you feel even more crazy. So yeah, and I had to have my dad stay over, and after probably about 5 days I went to the doctor and started the medication again. I stopped the medication in 2013 maybe. So it was a good 4 or 5 years I hadn't been on this medication. But every single day, all day, every day, I just felt like everything was surreal, like I wasn't in reality. I was disconnected from everything around me, and it was horrendous. And And then I started to get a bit better. And then in July, well, I'll say June of 2019, it's like I fell into a bit of a depression. I didn't have anxiety as such that was really bad, but I just kind of give up. I just wanted to just be on my own. I wanted to be secluded, and I wasn't really interested in anything. I didn't want to be a mom anymore. You know, I just didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to stay in bed till 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, just do what I wanted, and which was nothing really. And then in July, we had quite a big trauma within our family, which I'll go into detail a little bit later on. But since then, the anxiety has been absolutely crippling to say the least. And I do a lot of I did do a lot of work on Facebook, and I did a lot of Facebook lives. So yeah, I used to do lots of Facebook live videos and stuff, and that really starts to endure. If any of you know me off Facebook, you would have noticed it's very rare I go live now. And that's due to me being anxious. Most days I'm anxious. Past couple of weeks from Christmas, I started to show huge signs of improvement, absolutely huge. I mean, I was going days and days without no anxiety. But it's got that bad the past couple of months where I was having palpitations daily, every single day, predominantly on the night time. I'd have palpitations, which if you ever had one, they're absolutely disgusting to say the least. Oh, it's horrible. It's like you can feel your heart go massive, and you feel like you have a panic attack, a heart attack, and you can feel it in your throat, and it goes through your body. Oh, it's horrible. It's really, really horrible. But then the past few weeks, I haven't had not even one. I've been so proud of myself. But I think maybe so from mid-December up until say mid-January, I was straight. I was feeling so good. But then past 2 weeks, or maybe even a week, it started slowly creeping back up on me. And I mean, I've got a lot of stress in my life at the moment. There is lots of things going on, again, which I will let you all know exactly what's been going on. And most of you will understand and say, you know, I've never had anxiety, but I'm sure going through what you've been going through, I would get it. But I will tell you about that another time. And today, there's been lots going on today. Stuff to do with my dad. I've got all sorts going on at the minute. And today, I think, was a bit of a pile-up, and I ended up staying home, and I was meant to be going out and doing stuff. But this whole time, I feel like I'm having to pretend that I'm fine and I'm okay and that I'm strong and, you know, I'm very capable. Because otherwise, you know, certain people are going to label me and have negative judgments, which is going to impact my future. Again, which I'll tell you all about another time. So I'm having to put on this facade as well, which is very, very hard. And this evening, I went to buy a new TV for my daughter's room. And I found as well, the past couple of months, being sat in traffic when I've got no escape route is absolutely horrendous for me, and it makes my anxiety so bad. And this evening, I was sat in traffic and we wasn't moving for a bit. I mean, it's only a little stretch of the road. It's nothing major, probably about 5 minutes. And without consciously thinking about it, like I weren't sat there having negative thoughts, which, you know, it does happen most of the time, but sometimes anxiety can just seem to come out of nowhere. And I just had such a huge palpitation. It was, oh my God, I've never had one this big. And it lasted for a while. It lasted for a few seconds, and then it came back about 10 seconds later. And it was that bad. My body was actually shaking, and I'm trying to drive, and my legs were shaking, you know, trying to do my clutch control as we're slowly moving forward in the traffic, and my legs were shaking. And then as soon and stuck out of the traffic. I went flying down the dual carriage. I was like, oh my God, I've got to get home. But I managed to bring awareness to the fact that I was mithering and panicking about the panic after it happened, which is something that I do really, really, really bloody bad. But getting that diagnosis and speaking to that trained professional really helped me to see that, because I never saw that before. So after about maybe 3 or 4 minutes, I had to give myself, a little nudge and remind myself that it's over now and it's finished, stop worrying about it. And thankfully, touch wood, I haven't had another one since, and that was at, I think, maybe 5:30 this afternoon. And if anyone has ever suffered from anxiety and panic attacks, you know the feeling that it leaves you 10 to 20 minutes after. And yeah, I've been in bed. You can see I'm still dressed, but I'm in my bed, and I've been here since 6 o'clock. I'm not tired. I'm not tired anymore. But I don't want to get out of bed, because for me, bed is my safe haven. Whenever I feel anxious, I go to bed, and I'll go to sleep, or I'll watch something like Friends or The Big Bang Theory. Something that's really funny. And since 2018, the anxiety got such a strong grip on me this time that I used to watch Coronation Street, Emmerdale, EastEnders, all them, Teen Mom, USA. I used to love all them programs. But because of the anxiety now, I can't risk anything setting my adrenaline off. I can't risk anything that, makes me sit on the edge of my seat. I can't risk that. And horror films, completely out of the question, because of the fear of anxiety and having a panic attack. I mean, I am working through it and I am dealing with it, but sometimes as well, which people fail to realise, is that it can be genetic. And unfortunately for me, my dad, I'm one of 6, and 4 of us suffer from anxiety, and my dad suffers from anxiety and panic attacks as well. It's only the 2 youngest ones that he hasn't affected yet. My sister's 17 and my brother's just turned 21. Whereas my other 2 brothers, their anxiety hit my one brother when he was about 22, 23, my other brother, I think about 28. And then my sister, I think she was about 17, 18. But yeah, it can be genetic as well, but it doesn't mean that, we have to suffer with it, which is, I'm on a journey. Now, if you've got anxiety, you can come to me and I will help you to beat your anxiety completely. I know so much about it. I've read books about it and everything, but I think it's completely different when it comes to taking your own advice, isn't it? And I'm on my own journey again now. I've had all this information for years, which helped me, but I'm searching for something new, something longer term, which I do think I'm about to have a breakthrough in it. But it's just getting to that point, isn't it? And I just thought today, with what happened to me earlier, and it was really bad, I just really wanted to share it, and I just wanted to just get it out there and just let everyone know that, you're not alone. And, there's anxiety and depression are so severe throughout the whole world now. It's unbelievable. And there is change available, and there is definitely help available. You just have to find it. I mean, I went to my doctors and I was referred to a talking therapy. When it first happened, I used to go to a group, which was amazing. Recently, we've done it over the phone. My doctors, helped me with medications and stuff. And when I went back to the doctors in 2018, when it got bad again, he could see from my records that I was on my medication, metazapine I'm on. He could see that I was on them back in I think from 2011, maybe 2012 to the end of 2013, something like that. And he explained to me that it was a secondary medication when a first medication doesn't work. And I had a meltdown because one of my irrational fears is allergic reactions. And I'll remember where it come from. When I first started suffering from anxiety, because I used to dye my hair all the time, I read in a newspaper about a young girl who dyed her hair, had a severe allergic reaction and died in the UK. Haven't dyed my hair since. So many years I haven't dyed my hair. I use hair extensions and stuff. But I'm okay with that, you know, I don't mind. But it's been from there, and it's got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, to the point now where I really won't try anything new. Same as the medication. I was scared about taking the medication again that I'd already been on. If I have a medication, same metazapine, but they're different brands. Now I still do it, but inside it really freaks me out. So you'll see here, these are made by Accord. Now I'm just gonna keep my stuff away. Now these are a completely different brand, same tablet, but it's a different brand. You can see it's a completely different brand. Now I will take it, but I will be freaked out about it for a bit, for maybe a week or two, maybe a bit longer, I don't know. But even little things like that really freak me out now. But when I went to the doctors that day, my cat's come to say hi. Hey kitty. Like, he could see as soon as he says that I just went into complete meltdown, because there was no way I was gonna try a different drug. I don't even drink coffee. Like, I couldn't get high if I wanted to. I don't drink alcohol because I'm scared of the effects of it. And he just stopped questioning everything there and then just said, yeah, that's fine, I'll put you back on the metazapine. Which is something that I'm seeking help for. I mean, I've been to the doctors, and I've done the talking therapy and all this and that. But when you know so much, like, I could teach doctors and, you know, people who work with people that suffer from anxiety a hell of a lot of stuff. And I just feel sometimes that I'm a bit caged in, because the help that's available out there is, I know everything, you know, there's no one out there in terms of like doctors and therapists and stuff can really give me. I mean, I've done CBT therapy, I don't know how many times I've done it at home on my own. And yeah, it does definitely help. If you've never tried it, definitely go for it, because it is amazing. But then what you see, my issue is, because I know that and I've done it so many times, many years ago, my brain's kind of like, well, we've done that before and it didn't work, so, you know, what's new, what else can do it? And I've looked into all sorts of stuff, and I do know diet. So if you do suffer from anxiety, diet is a huge factor. Cigarettes are huge, absolutely huge. And I do smoke, and I found that if I'm in a state of really intense anxiety and I smoke a cigarette, whoa, it gets really bad. So I have to not smoke for a good few hours, and I calm down a lot. Same as all this junk food that we eat, it does have an effect on our anxiety and our brain, 100%. No one can't question that anymore. The science is all there to prove it. But yeah, I'm gonna start trying to make a few more videos and see how we go, and get out of bed. I need to find a new plan for. But if you've ever had anxiety and a panic attack, you know that feeling. 10-20 minutes after, you feel like you could just pass out and go to sleep. And I need to find something else to do rather than going to bed, because then days when I'm feeling good and like I'm not in bed for, you know, I don't go to bed early or spend any time in the bedroom for like 2-3 days. It's like my body starts feeling that it's not normal and I'm doing stuff out of the ordinary, which puts me in anxiety, because, you know, there's changes, and anyone that has anxiety knows that change for an anxious person is awful. It's one of the worst things you can do to us. And our bodies recognise that as well. It's not just our mind. our bodies yearn to keep things the same. But yeah, I'm going to do some more videos. I'm going to keep you all updated on my journey and new information. At the minute, I'm doing meditations daily. But this time, I'm actually giving everything to it. I'm actually really, really trying wholeheartedly. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Bye.